So has the leadership of Parliament reached a decision on the MP after the MPP leadership officially informed the House that he had been expelled from the party? Now, parliamentary correspondent Joseph Opoku-Kapo joins us live from Parliament with some answers. Joseph, so it's been a while since the party wrote to the Speaker on this particular matter. Has a decision been taken on his fate in the House? Joseph, if you can hear me, I'm asking whether the leadership of Parliament has taken a decision on the fate of the Fomena MP after the party officially informed the House that he was no longer a member of the MPP. Okay, so that's Joseph Opoku-Kapo, our parliamentary correspondent. We'll be getting back to him. But as you know, the leadership of the MPP has written to the Speaker informing him of its decision to expel the Fomena MP, from the party. This is because he's gone contrary to the party's constitution, which states that once you lose a primary or an election and you decide to go or contest as an independent, you will be expelled from the party. They've written to the Speaker to inform him officially of their decision to expel the Fomena MP from the party. And we'll be going back to Joseph Opoku-Kapo, joins us live from Parliament with some answers. Joseph, it's been a while since the party wrote to the Speaker on this particular matter. Has a decision been taken on his fate in the House?
Araba, not yet. The House is yet to take a decision on the way forward. Leadership is yet to take a decision on the way forward. We gather that it's still a conversation that's happening. Leadership itself is very much tight-lipped on what the way forward will be and what they're planning to do as far as this particular issue is concerned. But we've been trying to get a sense from some members of Parliament right here in Parliament. The media has been engaging some MPs for reactions to this. A number of views are coming up on what MPs broadly think about this. For example, the MP for Boku Central, the NDC MP there, Mahama Ayarega, has been speaking to the media. He makes the point that he thinks there is absolutely no constitutional basis for the demand by the NPP that the seat be declared vacant. He makes the argument that the provisions as are contained in Article 97 of the Constitution actually refer to a scenario where the said MP in question moves from the party that brought him into power and decides to join a different political party. And we know that has been the precedent with some other seats that has been declared vacant here in Parliament, including that of Wayoseni, who made the point right on the floor. And soon after that, then he crossed carpet and the declaration was done that the seat be declared vacant. But Mr. Ayarega makes the point that when we have a scenario where the said MP did not leave the party on his own, he's not made any points on the floor that he's crossing carpet, and it's a case of his party expelling him because they say he's breached provisions in the party's constitution, then there is no legal basis as far as the Article 97 provision is concerned for the Speaker to declare that particular seat vacant. Also, Obi Amwa, the MP for the Ekuapim area, who is also a deputy local government minister and an MP, and even apart from that, a lawyer himself, has also been engaging the media on this. And he makes the argument that this is more like a gray area. This is more like a novel situation in terms of the request that a seat be declared vacant. And he goes on to make the point about what the way forward should be, that there probably should be the setting up of a committee by the Speaker to look more into this and advise the House on what the way forward will be. Those are his thoughts in terms of what the way forward should be. And so we are waiting to see the decision that leadership will take and whether they would even go ahead and set up the committee to come back and report to the General House and the leadership on what the way forward should be. But for now, no decision has been taken yet, Araba.
And Joseph, I'm curious to know, has the MP himself been in Parliament? Has he been participating in the parliamentary proceedings?
So I've been paying attention since Parliament resumed sitting about 2 weeks ago, and I've not spotted him here in Parliament over that particular duration. He hasn't come around. For all you know, he's helping get work done at the level of the committee here in Parliament, but he's not been spotted here in Parliament over the last 2 weeks, Sarah.
Okay. And Joseph, I do understand that the issue of the Saglemi housing project has also come up as a topical discussion. I don't know whether it's on the floor or outside the chamber, but tell us about that.
Well, it's not exactly come up. You know that it's a conversation that all began here in Parliament when the Minister for Works and Housing, Samuel Atachia, came around to the House just a little over a week ago. In fact, exactly a week today, the House was discussing the audit report on the Ministry for Water Resources, Works and Housing. And it was then that he made the point that there had been the case of more like causing financial loss to the state when it comes to the affordable housing project that the NPP administration left because the NDC government that followed did not actually go ahead and build it. And then there was the response from the minority side on the floor that Samuel Atachia had also left the Saglemi housing project to rot to a certain extent. And then he responded and said he can't continue the Saglemi housing project because there was an investigation that was ongoing which the police CID has taken over, and that there was the alleged embezzlement of more than $140 million. So that conversation started right here in Parliament, even before the conversation on Wednesday on PM Express with Evans Mensah. But we've still been following up, and we've been trying to get more details on this from the level of the NDC as a party. And some additional details that we're gathering is that the party is setting up its own committee at the level of the NDC to look into this matter further and go ahead and let that committee get to the site, investigate this, and report back to the party and the flag bearer, John Mahama, on what exactly the way forward should be and the party's position and how the party should approach the efforts by government to prosecute some officials of the NDC, particularly former Minister Collins Dauda, on this particular project. So we gather that the committee in question has been established. The details we're gathering is that it's headed by a former appointee in the previous administration, Sampi Yale, and there are a number of engineers on that committee that would actually be investigating this particular issue.
All right, many thanks for that update. Joseph Opoku-Kapo is our parliamentary correspondent with those updates.